Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone is trying to enjoy the weekend as best as they can. Um, I wanted to say first off, I'm a Jesus Christian, but I'm not going to church right now. I am unchurched, and so is Ted, my husband. We were going to a small church nearby. It was Bible based, and we were enjoying the preacher's sermon. He seemed to be um, level headed. But a problem came up when we did not attend church one Sunday to attend the No Kings 2 protest. And Ted happened to post online about it. And the associate pastor, one of the former associate pastors, came back at him and was very, very critical about the fact that we chose to go to this protest instead of to the church service. Well, when we attended the protest, we were doing it because we felt Jesus would be there too, because of the injustice and the cruelty being perpetrated by this maladministration. So, anyway, the the issue then became a bigger issue with the person in charge of music. Um, he grew offended by something Ted said or did and started screaming at him, "How dare you!" And Ted had to leave. And I was not comfortable about the church, and so I went with Ted. And it's taken a while to find a new church home. We would like to, for the socialization, first of all, for the learning, for the, the sermons, but we have not yet found a church where we felt comfortable. One of the issues for me has been the fact that pastors have to be oh so careful about what they say in their sermons. And I had noticed from year to year, uh, like same old kind of sermons, depending on the season. I mean, right now we're in the Lenten season, and so it's the same stories, very similar sermons, and very little of addressing what's happening here and how we treat people, how, what's been happening with ICE killing people, seizing and terrorizing children, splitting up families. Every single thing they do has been brutally cruel and has reminded me so much of Nazi stormtroopers and Gestapo. So I'm disappointed that more of the pastors don't feel compelled to speak up. Some I've noticed recently from what I've read will take the last 5 minutes of a church service to talk about what's going on. But the thing is that during the church service, they have to be careful of not offending someone. And sometimes they end up offending everybody. But um, because they have to be so careful not to offend people who support what the convicted felon is doing, I feel offended, and Ted feels offended, and so that's one of the reasons why we have uh, trouble finding a church home. Um, I know that in Minnesota, pastors got together and actually joined in some of the protests and supported the people who were demonstrating against ICE. And I would have liked to have seen something similar in New Jersey. So I don't know if it's lack of press coverage or just a lack of initiation. But I don't see the pastors coming together here in New Jersey. If they did, I sure would like to go and join them. And so would Ted. And if I see them actively doing something in public, then I would consider going to that church because at least they're doing something. Um, Ted and I are continuing to do what we can to make our opposition known, and that's to everything that the convicted felon and the maladministration have been doing to try to deflect, distract from the Epstein files, which is growing into a greater and greater monster for them. I wish all of the truth would come out because they do need to face justice in the crimes that they've committed. But what's happening here, we've got both the convicted felon and Netanyahu facing criminal charges for things that they have done. And so we have this war now in Iran, which is supposed to make us all worry about that instead of about what is driving this. So, yes, I'm concerned about this war, and I'm concerned because it's going to be another long waste of money and especially a waste of lives because these leaders are not going to send their own sons and daughters, their own sons and daughters who are the children of billionaires. They're not; those are not the people they're going to send to war. They're going to send our children, our grandchildren to war. And I, for one, I'm against that. And I do not believe that this is a just action at all. It's illegal, it's unconstitutional. And I wonder why Congress doesn't get their asses back to Washington right now to invoke the War Powers Act. I mean, I see all these, oh, yeah, well, this is what we're going to do, and yeah, we need to do this. Well, get the fuck back to Washington and do it already before things get a lot worse. But basically, that's all I wanted to rant about today. Um, I'm not going to be in church today, and that's because I haven't found a place where I feel comfortable yet. But today is going to be Sunday Fun Day. I am going to turn off social media and visiting with my family, my daughters today, and my son, and Ted, and all of the animals. And I'm going to include some pictures of our pet doggies since I featured cats yesterday. So happy Sunday, everybody, and try to have as good a day as you possibly can.